Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match cast, and this is going to be TWCL Autumn 2015. And this is Group D, match between Achilles of Agony and Danko of Franks. These are going to be two games as it is group stage, of course. Achilles is playing as the Huns and Danko is the Franks, so clearly we know who is favored in this matchup. Obviously Achilles is, considering he has the Huns. But anyway, let's go over the build of the Huns here. We have Steppe Warlord General with Brace. Then we see, let's see, two of these Noble Steppe Cataphracts on the right, two Noble Steppe Cataphracts on the left. And then two regular cataphracts, just steppe cataphracts in the center. On each flank we have an Ur warrior. Then we actually have some skirmish cav. Looks like one steppe mounted bow unit on each flank. Interesting choice indeed. What else do we have? Well, let's see. Up front, bunch of these steppe bows. Looks like 4 of them already in loose formation. Very, very nice. Then we have 4 more Ur warriors, it seems. And that seems to be the build of the Huns, quite standard and strong. As for the Frankish build, well, we have the Frankish general, looks like he's on the left flank. Bronze 2 with fast charge, interesting choice. And then we have, let's see, mix of Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard and Germanic Lancers, it seems. Very interesting. So on the left flank, 2 Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard with 1 Germanic Lancer, all of these units bronze 1. On the right flank, 2 Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard with a Germanic Lancer, again all units bronze 1. Then on the right flank, 2 Freemen. On the left flank, 2 Freemen. In the center though, up front we have 4 of these Germanic bow units. Supporting a bunch of these Royal Anstrucciones. It seems like we have 4 Royal Anstrucciones in total and a sword hairband. So not a bad build at all that the Franks chose here, but obviously against Huns, I mean the Huns have a clear advantage here. And I like this step mounted bow here, even though it's perhaps a little bit too close for comfort. It does have rapid advance, can zoom out of here if necessary. Or, using steady on the Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard, which is nice because it improves the missile block chance, very much like it. Though this unit doing significant damage to the cav, as is this unit. Already Achilles getting some good trades against the enemy cavalry. Although it's not doing too much, it's very annoying and it does shave off a bit of HP on these cavalry units that the Franks have. But it looks like the Franks are going to go on the offensive. Already the Huns are prepared with steppe bows on flaming shot, very nice. Onto all these Germanic bows, gonna do a lot of damage. Obviously steppe bows are up here first, and they're getting the first shot against the enemy. Much better, I mean they're gonna win against the Germanic bows. Here we have an engagement, but this is gonna go quite poorly for the Franks actually. Well, they do have Freemen that are going into the fight, but here comes a steppe mounted bow. It's gonna destroy the Freemen. Here we might have an engagement, but the Huns have to respond very quickly. On the right flank though, as you can see here, Germanic Lancers dying quickly. Noble Steppe Cataphracts though not doing quite well against Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard. This is actually not looking as good for the Huns as I expected. But these Freemen are I mean they have no chance against the Ur Warriors. Nice Frankish General Cav charge though in here, but it is going to kill that Ur Warrior, but it's going to drop very soon. Ooh, the Steppe Cataphracts here died to Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard, as you would expect, but the Freemen getting charged and they're going to go down to Noble Steppe Cataphracts. We have another nice charge here by steppe mounted bows, going to kill a few of the Royal Anstrucciones, or at least stop them for the time being. Frankish General though, as you can see here, he's getting focused, he's going to die very quickly. He's also dying to Urs and to Steppe Warlord. Oh, the Frankish Warlord is Gen is dead already. And as you can see here, the right flank of the Franks is going to waver and rout. As you can see here, the Freemen are off the field, and the flanks of the Franks, nice punt there, have been routed, and soon it's going to be the Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard dying to the Ur. Here we have all these units engaging the Germanic Lancer. It's going to die soon. Then on the left flank over here, as you can see, Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard dying to Noble Step Cataphracts. And now all of these units are going to go in and engage these Royal Anstrucciones, and sooner or later it's going to be over. My, what a quick game this one, and fairly decisive. Although initially it looks good for the Franks, the fact that Huns have all these War Warriors that they can send into the fight, that just changes everything. Let's just watch these wars destroy the Royal Anstrucciones. I mean, these Royal Anstrucciones can barely do anything against the Wars. Just look, a couple of kills against the Wars, yes, but the Wars are getting the better of this engagement by far. I mean, it's War Warriors, everyone. One of the best infantry units in the game. Wow, that guy, he was just thrown on the ground and he died. But yeah, Wars still over 100 left, whereas the Royal Anstrucciones almost dead. I mean, the War Warriors are cheaper than Royal Anstrucciones, and as you can see here, they absolutely destroyed them with about 100 men left. So this is a decisive victory for Achilles the Hun. Very well done by Achilles the Hun here. His extra skirmish cav was really very important this game. The fact that he has wars against what the Franks have, also important. The steppe bows had a skirmish advantage since the beginning. Steppe bows are better than Germanic bows, even though slightly. And as you can see here, the steppe cataphracts didn't really do much as expected, but noble steppe cataphracts are far better than the steppe cataphracts though. Anstrucciones Cavalry Guard, kind of difficult to kill, but I mean, initially the way the Franks engaged this, the way Danko went in with the Frankish general and killed a lot of that War Warrior, looked very nice, right? But the thing is, I mean, he had to do something like that, but the thing is, such a move meant that his general died very early on in the battle, and that's what spelled disaster for him, I suppose. But anyway, that's game 1, so I shall see you in game 2. This is the second game of the match and final one, because it's just 2 games, not a best of 3. But anyway, in this particular game we have Achilles playing as the Jutes, and we also have Danko playing as the Eastern Roman Empire. Now, this is going to be an interesting game for sure, but let's go over the particular builds here. For the Jutes, Nordic Radiator General with Brace, standard stuff. Then we see a bunch of these Huscarl units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Huscarls. That's a lot of Huscarls. Up front we have 3 of these Nordic Hurlers. On each flank we have 3 Nordic Horse Lords. And we actually have 2 Skirmisher cav. It is Nordic Raiders. Interesting for sure that these units were brought to the field. They even have this Encourage ability. Very interesting units. Now for the Eastern Roman Empire, as you can see, it's being split up into 2 flanks. We have the General Palatina Guards, Bronze 1 on the left with Fast Charge. Then we see 2 Heterea Guards, an Eastern Armored Legio. We also have 3 of these Clibanari and 2 Funditores right in front of them. On the right flank though, of the Eastern Roman Empire, we have 2 Heterea Guards with an Eastern Armored Legio and 3 Tagmata Cavalry with 2 Funditores again. But this Jutes build by Achilles is fairly interesting actually. He opted for these 2 skirmish cav over extra Huscarls, which is not necessarily a bad thing, just interesting that he opted for it. I guess more cav is always good, even though it's skirmish cav, it can still do a lot of damage, impact damage that is. So as you can see, Nordic Raiders are both behind here, and I like this by the Jutes. Looks like they're going to try and focus on this particular side of the battlefield against the Eastern Romans, which is not a bad thing at all. 2 cav units over here in the rear of the enemy, already targeting the Heterea Guard, going to do damage. And here comes the engagement. I think this is going to be a really bad engagement for the Eastern Romans, already getting shot at by looks like Nordic Horse Lords. The thing is though, the Heterea Guards are going to be in first before the Huscarls. Huscarls need to rapid advance their way into that fight. And we need to see the Hetereas getting charged here, but looks like they don't. Heterea is pulling back though, that is very nice. These raid leaders need to get into the Hetereas, and looks like they will make it. They're going to be very close into it. Nice charge here into the Haterias. Will do a lot of damage. On this flank, as you can see, the Jutes do not want to engage because they're confident they can get a good engagement here. Very nice calf charge here by the Nordic Horse Lords into Eastern Armored Legio. Decent calf charge actually onto this Hateria guard by Nordic Raid Leaders, doing a lot of damage. And another calf charge here into the rear of these Hateria guards, doing a lot of damage. Now, as the Huskals are into this fight, it should go pretty well for the Jutes. But the Jutes have to be able to defend over here on this side. As you can see, they are being shot at by Whistling Shot. This is quite good. It is lowering their melee attack and morale. And now, as you can see here, these units are going to get in here. And there's Huskal support right behind these units. So that's a very quick attack here by the Eastern Romans. They know they have to because they're losing the right flank quite convincingly, actually. Thing is, though, these Haterias are doing a lot of damage, though the Huskarls still alive. Now, the engagement over here, though, as you can see, the Klebanari are going to start dying very quickly. Though they got a really good charge off onto that Nordic Horse Lord. But as you can see here, again, Nordic Horse Lord is going to destroy the Tagmata Cav here. Same thing here with Huskal support. Nordic Raiders not doing too much, though, this game. That is something to keep in mind. That Hateria guard, one man in headhunt, not wanting to rout. This Nordic Horse Lord, though, is fine. Here comes the general of the Jutes going to engage into this fight. We'll see if that's a good move. Huskals here going to end up losing to this Klebanari Hateria guard mix, as you can see there. And here comes the Tagmata cavalry. It is going to die to all these units. This flank of the Eastern Romans has been destroyed. The Hateria guards, though, doing very well against the Huskals. Nice calf charge by the Klebanari here into the Nordic Horse Lords. The raid leader is going to die soon against the Haterias, potentially. Nordic Horse Lords here going to die to Klebanari, but as you can see here, the Jutes have broken through on their left flank. Very nicely, that is, but the right is not looking great as the Hateria is pushing through here. And these Eastern Armored Legio are going to beat the Huskals, it seems. Even though just barely. If the Huskals rout, they might actually don't rout, they might actually win. Horse Lords here hanging on, but no headhunt. I wonder if it was already used. As you can see, though, the Klebanari here are going to die to the raid leader, though the raid leader is getting focused, so he could potentially die very soon. As you can see, not a lot of armor, but he has a bunch of HP, though, so that is definitely something you should keep in mind. He should not be engaging in these fights. He just has 39 men left. I mean, a chain rout is very unlikely for the Jutes here, but there's still a possibility. And as you can see here, all these units of the East Romans are going to go down very soon. We're going to have a cav charge here into the Palatina guards, which should end this game. Ooh, the Palatina guards not liking this cav charge at all. As you can see, the general, as usual, is surrounded by incompetent men. They die very quickly and they are very poor in battle. Even though they have good equipment, as you can see based on their armor and health, they have fairly terrible melee stats because, obviously, the general just puts farmers or whatever as part of his guard unit, not trained soldiers at all. But anyway, Pyrrhic victory for the Jutes. This one was much closer than the first game, actually. And the right flank looked a little bit shaky for the Jutes, but as you can see, the left just destroyed the enemy. But anyway, that's the match. So hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I shall see you next time.